Hello, hello! I have a super fun video for you today. Today we are going to be putting together a very affordable, mostly drugstore, starter makeup kit for beginners. And what makes this video even more fun is it is a collaboration with my beautiful friend Kiki, who has the channel The Hooded Lid. So between the two of us, you will have lots of recommendations for a starter makeup kit at a variety of price points. You know, I really just can't say enough good things about Kiki. Not only has she become a very, very good friend. She's my age, well, she's a little younger. She's 59. She is gorgeous. She is elegant, talented, an incredible sense of humor. And her channel, you are going to find lots of really excellent makeup tutorials and some very detailed and very honest makeup and skincare reviews. And her channel is rapidly approaching that really special 10,000 subscriber milestone. So please give her a thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see, and I know you will. And let's see what we can't do to get her to that really special 10,000 subscriber milestone. All right? Oh, and make sure you give my video a thumbs up too. That really does help support our channels by encouraging YouTube to share our videos with other people who might enjoy them. All right, makeup starter kit. We're going to start with complexion. Now, when we think of complexion, we think of foundation, we think of base. That is the foundation of our makeup look, right? It can be so challenging to make foundation recommendations because what might work for me might not work for you. When we are talking about a foundation, we need to take into consideration several things. Our skin type, dry, normal, oily. Our skin issues, texture, brown spots, redness, lines, wrinkles. Our coverage preference. Do you prefer a light coverage, a medium coverage, a full coverage? And finish preferences. We have a matte finish, radiant finish, glowy finish. So there are so many different factors that make it very, very difficult to say, hey, this is the best foundation and it'll work for all of you. That is simply not the case. Not to mention the very real difficulty with finding a good shade match. So keeping all that in mind, my recommendations are based on what works for my 62-year-old very dry skin. I do have some lines and wrinkles. I have some brown spots. My preference for foundations is a light to medium coverage. I really don't prefer full coverage. I don't mind if a couple of brown spots peek through. I want my skin to look like skin. And I really do prefer a light, like I said, a light to medium coverage, and I would like a skin-like finish, a radiant finish, perhaps even a little bit glowy, not too glowy, and I really don't prefer matte. So based on my age, my skin type, my preferences, if that rings true to you, some of my recommendations might work very well to you. The other thing that makes it really a little bit tricky to find a really great foundation at the drugstore, even though there's lots of wonderful foundations at the drugstore, and I have several that I really do love. But here's the problem. For the most part, the drugstore has somewhat limited shade range. You cannot test them, you cannot get samples, you cannot do a shade match. But all that aside, I do have a couple of recommendations that I think will work for many of you. My number one recommendation, and I am wearing it today, and I have spoken about it before, and it is very, very, very affordable. It is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This is so good. I think this is about $6. It is a tinted hydrator, but it is, you know, most tinted moisturizers are sheer to light coverage. This is light to medium coverage. It has a skin-like finish. It applies beautifully with the fingers. This is sort of my go-to when I'm in a super big hurry out the door and I just want to get something on my face. This always looks good, never settles into my lines and wrinkles. It's just really, really good. Now, it is a tinted hydrator, not a foundation per se. It only comes in 12 shades. But because it is a tinted hydrator, the shades do tend to be a little bit forgiving. I have it in the shade light medium. I absolutely love it. It's super affordable. Anyway, that is my number one recommendation. For an actual foundation at the drugstore, more of a medium coverage, like I said, that's my preference. I absolutely love the L'Oreal Pro Glow. I have been using this for several years. So L'Oreal does have a really wide shade selection, but even so, it took me 3 tries to find the right shade for me because it is a more medium coverage foundation. You really do need to have a nice shade match. So I first purchased it in 204. That was too dark. Then I went back and purchased in 202. That was too light. So because 204 and 202 didn't work, of course, 203 was a really good cover match. This is 203 Nude Beige. You know, it is a radiant skin-like finish, a little bit glowy, but very long lasting and very natural looking. So I really do think if you have normal to dry skin, L'Oreal Pro Glow is a really, really nice choice. Now, if you have combo or oily skin, you might like the L'Oreal Pro Matte. I can't speak directly to that because I don't have oily combo skin, but the Pro Glow works for me and I've heard good things about the Pro Matte. And then my third foundation recommendation is sort of the best of both worlds, and it is the Sephora Best Skin Ever. It's pretty affordable at $20. I love this foundation. It's very skin-like, it's medium coverage, slightly radiant, long-lasting. I really, really enjoy this foundation. But even better, you can go into Sephora and get shade matched and get a sample and try it before you buy it. Even better, during the Sephora sale, all of the Sephora brand products are going to be 30% off. So currently, right now, normally this is $20. Soon it will be 30% off. What is that, $246? It will be drugstore price. High-end foundation at a drugstore price. Really, really good. I highly recommend that. All right, next step, of course, correcting and concealing. Actually, I should have talked about that first because my first step in my makeup routine is correcting and concealing. I usually do that before the foundation. But either way, as we get older, the skin under our eyes becomes thinner, drier, more crinkly, making correcting and concealing the under eye areas very, very challenging as we are growing older. You will not be surprised to hear me recommend and talk about the Pixie Peach Corrector. You know, a corrector has been a game changer for me because you can use less product. Here's the deal. If you have blueness and darkness under your eyes and you try to go in with a super full coverage, heavy concealer to try to cover that blue and purple, you're putting so much product on your under eyes that's dry and crinkly, and it can really age you dramatically. When you use a corrector instead of covering the dark circle, we are canceling and neutralizing the blue purple under the eyes because this peach color of the peach corrector is on the other side of the color wheel, and it literally cancels and neutralizes the blue and purple using minimal product. So I always start with a little bit of Pixie Peach Corrector. Now, it is pretty opaque, and some people have reported to me that they find it a little bit too dry, a little bit drying, but I have not found that. Sometimes I will pre-hydrate my under eyes about a half an hour before I do my makeup with an eye cream. That can help. And because I'm only putting this on the blue purple spots, I do use it a little bit on my eyelids as well, almost like an eyeshadow primer, but we'll get to that in a minute. Because I'm not putting it everywhere under my eyes and I'm only putting it in to cover that, to correct that blue purple area, I haven't had any problem with this looking dry under my eyes. Another corrector I have found recently that I really do want to talk about, this is the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. Now this e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer comes with one of these little brushes, right? Okay, so here is the e.l.f. Okay, it does have a slightly peachy tone. It's a really nice sort of hybrid corrector, concealer, brightener. Very lightweight. On super natural out the door makeup days, I will just put this on, blend it in. It brightens, it color corrects. It is beautiful. Some days this is all I need. But on most of the days when I'm actually wearing makeup, I really, really, really do enjoy this Pixie Peach Corrector. So there is the peach corrector. You can see it is definitely more peach. There is the e.l.f. corrector. Again, some days this might be enough for you if you don't have a lot of blue purple under your eyes. And some days I'll just throw that on and out the door I go. It's very, very natural looking. But again, most days I do use that peach corrector to neutralize and cancel out that blue purple. Now, as far as concealers, you know, if you use a peach corrector to cancel and neutralize, you don't necessarily have to use a concealer. Mrs. Melissa M did a really great video where she demonstrated how she simply used a peach corrector and then followed it with foundation, because the foundation sort of covers up that peach tint. So that is one option. Just use a corrector and put a little light foundation over it. Another option is to use a very lightweight concealer to sort of lighten and brighten and camouflage that pink tone of the corrector. I have a couple of recommendations here. Again, they're really lightweight. You've heard me talk about my Garnier Anti-Dark Circle Rollerball. Again, really great product, lightens, brightens, corrects, very sheer coverage. There it is right there. It's a very sheer light coverage. It really just lightens and brightens the under eyes in a really pretty way without ever making your under eyes look cakey or dry. So many days I'll just use my Pixie Peach corrector just on the purple dark areas and cover up with the Garnier Anti-Dark Circle Rollerball. Many of you have tried this, and I've heard from many of you that you enjoy it very much. As far as an actual concealer, I have two recommendations for really good drugstore concealers. On the light end of coverage, we have the Maybelline Fit Me. This is just so easy to use. It's so lightweight. It is so lightweight. It blends beautifully. It doesn't, you know, look cakey. It doesn't accentuate lines and wrinkles. I don't feel the need. I don't use powder under my eyes. So all of these correctors and concealers work very well for my under eyes without using any powder over it. So that is the Maybelline Fit Me. And then the last concealer that I wanted to mention as sort of an honorable mention, I need to pull this out and play with it some more. I had a couple of comments on my concealer video, which I will link below, but I had a couple of comments on how really great this Revlon Candid concealer is. And this is a really nice medium weight, hydrating, medium coverage concealer that blends in beautifully. I think this is one of the few drugstore concealers that Kiki loves. I feel like it is sort of close in consistency to my one of my very favorite concealers, which is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I should really do a head-to-head and see how close these are. Anyway, correctors and concealers can be tricky. I just wanted to give you a couple of options. You know I love my Pixie Peach corrector, but if you just wanted one product to try, I would really recommend this e.l.f. I can't remember what it's called. e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. Really, really good. However, if you do have a lot of really dark blue purple, you will want to go with a peach corrector and then either go over the corrector with your foundation or use one of these concealers that I recommend over the corrector. The less product we put under our eyes, the better. Okay, so that is one of the reasons I really like to recommend lightweight, light medium coverage, no full coverage. Okay, so we've talked foundations and we've talked correctors and concealers. And you know what I'm going to do as we're going through? I have this little tiny makeup bag. As we're going through, I'm going to put one, well, I don't know if it's my top recommendation from each of the products I'm talking about, but I'm going to put together a really basic makeup kit. So there is my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator and my Pixie Peach Corrector. And, oh, which one am I going to? I'll choose the e.l.f. because this can be used over the Pixie too. So there is my foundation and my corrector concealer. The next step in my complexion is to bring a little bit of life to my face. You know, the purpose of foundation and a base is to even out your skin tone, right? However, if we get our skin tone too monochromatic, it doesn't really look natural. So I do like to use bronzer and blush to bring a little life back to my face and make it look a little bit more natural. One of my very favorite drugstore, well, one of my very favorite bronzers, period, is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. gorgeous, gorgeous, very easy to use bronzer. It comes in 3 shades. I have the shade Sunlight 01. It is very neutral. It's not overly warm. You know, one of the problems with bronzer on me is sometimes they can look orange, you know, not a great look. You can't go wrong with this. It is silky matte, so it is a skin-like finish. It's not overly matte, but it's not overly glowy. There's no sparkles. It's just really easy to use a powder brush and just sort of give your skin a little bit of life. You know, you just dip your brush in, dust on a little bit of bronzer down the neck, and it really does warm your face up, give your face light. I really, really love this Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. It's a good one. So I usually put bronzer on first, and then we go to blush. Cream blush versus powder blush. I feel the need to have both. Now, cream blush is super, super easy, and I'm going to talk about another Milani product. Milani Cheek Kiss. This is in the color Nude Kiss. You know, I did a cream blush roundup video several months ago. I ranked and rated 5 different cream blushes. This was second from the top. Well, it has risen to the top of the top. I absolutely love this cream blush, and I use it on a regular basis. It's so easy to just dip your fingers in and blend it into your skin. It is just fast, easy, and beautiful. You cannot go wrong with the Milani cream blush. A variety of shades. And I really do also love having a powder blush. One of my favorite affordable powder blushes are these Essence The Blush. I have Essence The Blush in 2 shades. Sort of a nudie, dusty rose on this side and a little bit of a brighter pink on that side. I think this is $3 or $4. It is such a great powder blush formula. It is amazing. I don't know how they can create that. Great colors, beautiful pigment, beautiful blendability. I absolutely love it. You just go in with your powder blush brush, pop it on, and it is easy, fast, affordable, gorgeous. And sometimes, especially in the summer when longevity can be a little bit more difficult, I will use my Milani cream blush and then top it off with a little bit of my Essence powder blush. It's bulletproof blush. It will last forever. But some days I just pop a little powder blush on, some days just a little cream blush, but I wouldn't want to be without either one of these. I hesitated to even talk about a highlighter because I don't think that is necessarily super basic makeup, but because this is such an easy highlighter, I just really wanted to mention the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You really cannot go wrong with the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. It is just so soft, so pretty, no glitter, no shimmer, never, ever, ever accentuates lines and wrinkles. I love it. I will never be without this. You know, you can apply it with a brush, you can apply it with your fingers, and today I have it on my eyelid as a very, very natural eyeshadow. So it is a multitasking product, and that is one of the reasons I wanted to include it in the starter makeup kit. All right, so that's complexion, corrector, concealer, foundation, bronzer, cream blush, powder blush, highlighter. Powder, I don't know if I already said this. I have a love-hate relationship with powder. Powder can go really wrong really quickly on my 62-year-old super dry skin. I have tried some very expensive, very highly rated powders like the Laura Mercier powder. It made me look instantly 10 years older. So most days my dry skin does very well without any powder. You know, one of my very favorite powders is a super luxury powder. It is the Hourglass, but we are not talking luxury here. We are talking affordable. But I did want to mention a couple of powders in case you are someone who really feels the need to have a powder. Maybe you have combination or oily skin for whatever reason. This is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Finishing Powder. This is in the color Light Medium. Very, very finely milled. It does have a little bit of a tint to it. People say this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless. I haven't tried the Charlotte Tilbury. I have used this a little bit in the summer. I probably am not going to be using this in the winter. It is a matte finish, and I don't really prefer a matte finish, but I do know that this will help your makeup last longer. And if you put it on very, very, very lightly and you have combination or oily skin, this really might help your makeup last longer, and it might help blur out pores and imperfections. So this is one powder I did want to mention, but the powder that I personally get a little bit more use out of is the Milani Prep Set and Glow. This is an illuminating transparent powder. This is the closest thing I have come to at the drugstore to my Hourglass Ambient Lighting finishing powder. Again, very, very finely milled. It goes on translucent. You're not going to see, you can't see it. You know, a finishing powder, a translucent finishing powder, can really help set the makeup a little bit, help it last a little bit longer. It can also just help the makeup look more cohesive and more blended together. And because this is illuminating, it is not going to give a matte finish. And I have never found this to accentuate any lines or wrinkles. So if you are looking for an affordable, somewhat radiant finishing powder, this Milani Prep Set and Glow is a lovely, lovely product. And the powder that I'm going to put in our starter kit is the Milani powder. Okay, now let's move on to eyes. Eyeshadow. You know, I was hesitant to even include an eyeshadow palette in a starter makeup kit because eyeshadow is not necessarily beginner makeup. In fact, the look I have on my eyes today, I created without any eyeshadow at all. I simply used my Milani bronzer in the transition area and in the outer corner of my eyelid. And then I used my Essence Pure Nude highlighter on the eyelid. So today is a no eyeshadow look that can be easily achieved with a bronzer and a highlighter. Okay, but I really didn't feel right putting together an affordable makeup kit without including an eyeshadow palette. I found the perfect eyeshadow palette to recommend to you. It is another Sephora product. It is the Sephora I Love palette. This is a perfect affordable starter eyeshadow palette. It is $15 and it has a perfect range of neutrals. It has 3 mattes at different color intensities, a deeper brown and 2 medium browns that are really great for the transition area. So we have 3 mattes. We have a larger cream colored matte, which is perfect for setting concealer. You know, I don't use an eyeshadow primer either. I usually just use concealer to neutralize the color on my eyelid and then go over it with a little bit of a cream colored eyeshadow. And then we have 3 really, really nice, soft, satiny shimmers, sort of a peachy pink, a cooler champagne pink, and a cream ivory. This is really good. It's good quality, it's good pigment, it blends really easily. And one of the things I really like about these Sephora I Love palettes, so this is in the color light cool, or cool light. They have cool light, cool medium, and cool deep. They have warm light, warm medium, and warm deep. So no matter what your skin tone is, you are going to be able to find a neutral color story that will work with your skin tone, whether cool or warm, and the intensity and the depth of your skin tone, whether light, medium, or dark. I thought that was brilliant. I wish more eyeshadow companies would create palettes like that. What else did I want to say about this? And the other reason I wanted to mention this, not only is it very affordable at $15, but of course during the Sephora sale, all of the Sephora brand products will be 30% off. So that is going to bring this well into the drugstore range. It's drugstore price right now, but it will make it super, super, super affordable. I am going to finger swatch these for you. There is the deep brown, there is the sort of taupey brown, and there is a little bit more of a neutral brown. There are the mattes. You see that pigment? Really, really good pigment. That's just one finger swipe. And then let's look at these shimmers. Peachy pink, cool tone champagne pink, and a really nice champagne cream colored shimmer. And here are the shimmers. Really, really perfect starter eyeshadow palette. Love it. Okay, we are getting there. This is so much fun. This is just so much fun. Okay, so we've talked about eyeshadow, eyeliner. I have a couple of eye pencils. First of all, I have never in my life been able to get the hang of applying liquid eyeliner. Never. I've never gotten the hang of it. And now that my eyelids are a little bit saggier and a little bit crinklier, I'm not going to start now. And I don't think liquid eyeliner is part of a starter basic makeup kit. So we're good there. Eye pencils, however, are very, very helpful in defining our eyes. Now, there is something called tight lining. Most of you probably have heard of it, where we put a pencil eyeliner just under and into our eyelashes. It is not necessarily a beginner makeup technique, but it does make a really big difference. So I did want to include my favorite current tight lining eye pencil, and it is the L'Oreal EYELINER in brown denim. This is a very long lasting, it is a twist up, which I love. And there is the brown denim. And I have a couple of videos demonstrating applying tight line. I tight line the upper lash line just below the eyelashes and sort of in between the eyelashes. I don't wear much eyeliner on top of the eyelashes, but this L'Oreal liner is a super, super good, long-lasting tight line. Then on the lower eyelashes and on the outer corner of my eyelashes, I really like to use a lighter eyeliner, almost as a little bit of an outer corner definition. My favorite one, here's another Sephora product. You guys, Sephora has really good products at a very, very affordable price. This is the Sephora Retractable Eyeliner Waterproof. This is in the color Shimmering Taupe. That is the color swatched right there, right next to the L'Oreal liner. So you can see the tight line is a dark brown, and this taupe is really a much lighter color, which is perfect for just a little bit of lower lash definition and a little bit on the upper lash line as well. It comes with this little smudger on the end. Let me show you how it smudges. So there is the eyeliner, and you have a little bit of wiggle room to smudge it out. It gives you a nice, soft, defined eye. And I love the fact that it's twist up. These are very affordable, and once again, they will soon be 30% off, but even when they're not 30% off, I think this is $13, which is really, really good for an eye pencil. You know, the L'Oreal liner I think is $7 or $8, but I haven't found a color light enough in the liner that works for my lower lash line, because I don't want to have heavy eyeliner on the lower lash line. But a drugstore eyeliner that does work really well on the lower lash line is by NYX. This is a great eye pencil. It is the NYX, what is it called? NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick. I have it in the color khaki. Really creamy, glides on beautifully, lasts a long time. I'm really loving these. I want to explore some more colors in that. So I am going to include all three of these in our makeup kit. Eyebrows, super, super, super important. You know, it depends on how much eyebrow hair you have. I personally don't enjoy those really fine, skinny eyebrow pencils. I don't have the patience for those hair-like strokes. And I have a fair amount of eyebrow hair. So what I really like to do is go in with my CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Volumizing Eyebrow Gel. It has fibers in it. It will tint, it will volumize, and it will hold. And that most days that's all I need. It has a really nice tiny little eyebrow wand. Very, very affordable. For many years I used the Benefit Gimme Brow. That is still a really, really good product, but I like this one just as much, and it's, I don't know, half the price. So that is really, really good. And some days that's all I'll wear. Some days I feel like I need a little bit more definition with a pencil. One of my favorite eyebrow pencils is this L'Oreal, what is it? L'Oreal Brow Style Shape and Fill. Of course, it comes with a spoolie on one end. What I like about this is it's not that super skinny line, right? It is more of a triangular point. And it's just easier for me to fill in the little holes without going too crazy with that super fine point. I think I have the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow. I think it's in 3 shades. I have it in the medium. And then I have the L'Oreal in the shade Dark Blonde. So both of these are going in my little makeup kit. It's getting pretty full here. Okay, mascara. I feel like I'm being really repetitive here because I've talked about these so many times. Now, interestingly enough, I do not use a primer under my foundation. I do not use an eyeshadow primer, but boy, I use an eyelash primer every single day. It makes such a huge difference to give my eyelashes additional volume and additional length. My favorite is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and then of course my L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. This is just my drugstore go-to for sure. I've used the L'Oreal's Voluminous Mascara at least 15 years, maybe longer. Now, an eyelash primer may not be a starter makeup kit, but if you want voluminous, long-lasting, long eyelashes, give it a try. I do have a whole video on my eyelash routine and technique, so I'm not going to talk further about how to apply this. I will link that video below. This is, you know, go-to everyday drugstore. Do you have to have the primer? Absolutely not. Some days if I'm in a super big hurry, I will just put mascara on, but I do not get the volume and the length that I achieve with my primer. So both of these are going in our kit. And then I have a newer product, and this is not drugstore, but I wanted to mention it in this video because I am loving it. Actually, I don't think I have it on today. For the last 15 or 20 years, I just could not wear mascara on my lower eyelashes. It would always give me raccoon eyes. So instead I would just use a little bit of eyeshadow as eyeliner or a little bit of eyeliner like I just showed you. Well, I discovered tubing mascaras. So a tubing mascara coats each eyelash and it does not flake, smudge. It's amazing. It's some sort of technology that makes the mascara bulletproof on your eyelashes. So about a couple of months ago, I picked up this MAC Giga Black. Oh, what is it called? It's too long of a name. Can you see it there? MAC Extended Play Giga Black Tubing Mascara. Tiny little wand. Very easy. Maybe I'll put some on right now. Very easy to apply to the lower lashes. Just touch the lower lashes. That's all you need. Well, not that you need it, right? The beauty of that is it's not going to budge, it's not going to smudge, it's not going to flake, no raccoon eyes, but yet you get a nice balanced sort of lower lash line. Love this. Is it absolutely necessary in a starter makeup kit? Absolutely not. But if you want to wear mascara on your lower lashes, this is the only thing that I have ever tried that does not give me raccoon eyes. Last but not least, lipstick. You know that lipstick makes me happy. I mean, some days, sunscreen, lipstick out the door. But if you are newer to makeup, you might not be very comfortable with some strong lip colors. So in this starter makeup kit, I am not going to be recommending a lip liner because I don't think a lip liner is a beginner starter makeup, but I am going to recommend some really nice, soft, sort of moisturizing, natural lipstick formulas and colors. Okay, let's start with lip gloss, okay? I have 2 drugstore lip glosses that I like very much. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Shine. This is in the color Pink Mocha. It is a very just soft, dusty, warm pink. This is a really nice, very natural, your lips but better, hydrating lip gloss. Very affordable. Another very affordable, really nice drugstore lip gloss is the Maybelline Lifter Lip Gloss. I have this in a variety of colors. I'll list the shades in the description box below. Look how pretty that is. It is just a really nice sort of nudie pink. Really nice. So if you're afraid of lip color, lip glosses can be the way to go. However, I do have 2 recommendations for lipsticks that are very hydrating, very glossy, feels really good on the lips, and again, they're sort of that Your Lips But Better formula. The first one is the one I'm wearing today. It is the Revlon Super Lustrous Shine Lipstick in the color Rum Raisin. And this is what I have on my lips right now. Really, just a really nice soft color, Rum Raisin. Closer to my natural lip color, My Lips But Better, lives in my purse, is this one. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche Shine in the color Varnished Rosewood. That is more of a mauve-y, but still very, you know, pigmented, but a little bit sheer. You're not going to get too much pigment. It is very soft, mauve-y, sort of My Lips But Better. It has a really nice, soft, glassy shine. Okay, so all of these lip colors are super hydrating, very pretty, very natural looking. I love all of these lipsticks, but none of them are super, super long lasting. If you want a long lasting lip color, I have one recommendation from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Ink Crayon. And this is in the color, I don't know what color this is in. I'll put the color in the description box. This is a wind up crayon. It is a matte formula. It is long lasting. So if you want a long lasting matte formula, you can use this. You can also use this as a lip liner. You can put any one of these glossier lipsticks or lip glosses over this lipstick. I think this is a really great lipstick. I have it in a couple of shades. Very affordable, Maybelline. So I actually gave quite a few lip recommendations, but if you think about it, 1 long-lasting lip crayon, 2 lip gloss formulas, and 2 very balmy lipstick formulas. But I'm not going to put all 6 of these in our starter kit. The one that has been living in my purse is the Revlon Super Lustrous Glass Shine in Rum Raisin, so that is going in my purse. So a full face of everything you need in a starter makeup kit can be found in this little makeup kit. I think we did pretty well. We did it. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I always really appreciate the time that you spend with me. I hope you enjoyed our little starter makeup kit, and I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps support my channel, and I really appreciate it. And please make sure you go and visit Kiki, give her my love, throw her a thumbs up, and subscribe. Let's get her to 10,000 subscribers. I really can't wait to see what her recommendations are for a starter makeup kit. Did we cover everything? I think so. All that being said, I hope you have a beautiful day and a wonderful week. Please take really good care of yourself so that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy. I really look forward to seeing you in the comments section, and I can't wait to see you in my video next Sunday. Thank you. Bye. Line to sort of go with your nice light. Did we do, oh, lipstick. Oh, happy Halloween. All that being said, I hope you have a safe, happy, and healthy Halloween. I didn't even realize it's going to be Halloween. Oh well, happy Halloween.